t-test is a statistical method to determine whether the sample mean is significantly differ from population mean. Further we'll explain Ms. Mahalakshmi.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahalakshmi. I am here to explain about t-test. A t-test is a statistical test used to compare the mean of two groups. It is used to determine if there is a significant difference between the mean of two groups. Types of t-test. Independent sample t-test compares the mean of two independent groups. Paired sample t-test compares the mean of related groups. One sample t-test compares the mean of a sample to known population mean. Assumption, normality. The data should be normally distributed. Independence, the observation should be independent to each other, and equally variance. The variance of the two groups should be equal for independent samples. So the next part will be explained by Gajalakshmi.
Okay, now let's see steps to perform t-test. First step is to state the null and alternative hypothesis. We have to define the null and alternative hypothesis. Then we have to choose the significance level. In general, 5% significance level is chosen. Now calculate the t-test statistics value. So using the sample means, standard deviation and sample sizes. Determine the degrees of freedom. You have to calculate the degrees of freedom with the given significance level and find the critical value or p-value. So interpret the results. That is, you have to compare the p-value to the significance level and interpret the results. Now we will see a problem which will be explained by Kesha.
So let's see a question for t-test. The mean weekly sales of soap bars in departmental store was 146.3 bars per store. After an advertising campaign, the mean weekly sales in 22 stores for a typical week increases to 153.7 and showed a standard deviation of 17.2. The advertising campaign was successful. So the formula for a t-test is from the given data we can get the values for x bar and u and s and root n. So from this t is equal to sample mean is 153.7 minus and population mean is 146.3. Standard deviation is 17.2 and sample size is 22, so 22. So after calculating this we will get 1.97. So calculated value is 1.97 and the table value is 1.721. So 1.91 is greater than 1.721. As calculated value is greater than table value, H0 is rejected.
Liana, how was your experience? Can you share some real-time applications?
Yes ma'am, I will share few real-time applications. Quality control in manufacturing. A manufacturer claims that the average length of a rod is 10 cm. A sample of rods is taken and the one sample t-test is used to check if the sample mean is significantly different from 10 cm. The next application is education. An education board claims that the average test score for a standardized exam is 70. A school wants to verify if their students perform differently from the national average. The third application is health and medicine. A dietitian claims that the average weight loss using a new diet is 5 kg. A sample of patients is analyzed to test if the average weight loss significantly differs from 5 kg. The next application is finance. A financial analyst believes that the average return of a mutual fund is 8%. A sample of monthly returns is used to test if the actual mean return differs from 8%.
Finally, let's see the limitation. Assumption. T-test assumes normally and equal variance, which may not always be met. Sample size. T-test requires sufficient sample size to produce reliable results. By understanding t-test, you can make informed decisions about whether there is a significant difference between the mean of two groups.
And the conclusion is, the one sample t-test is a statistical method to whether the sample mean is significantly different from population mean. Thank you.